I would love to introduce Susan Birnbaum. She has a background in fine arts with both a bachelor's and a master's degree in studio art from UC Berkeley. She worked many years as both an art director and creative director, so she says she is more comfortable behind the scenes. Her body of work is, in her words, both funny and flawed, which I would like to hear more from her about that. The work tends to be lighthearted with the intent to add joy, and I will say that it always does for us. She is also the creator of a project called Thank You Thursday, which promotes gratitude. If you look it up, you can see it popping up in various places around the city. It's taken many forms, from classroom projects to workshops. And she said, she added in her email to me some sea silliness. She has great admiration for the sea, has loved snorkeling all over the world. Seaweed is one of her favorite foods. And the first painting she ever displayed was of a tugboat on the water that she did as a child. So I will let her tell you about Adopt a Fish, of which several have been adopted already. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I have to say I'm so humbled to be here, so I made notes because I didn't want it to be like the fish that got away, you know, like the idea that was in my head, but I forgot to say it. Oh my God, this group even grew. First of all, sitting here, I'm verklempt. As my people would say, I am verklempt. I'm overwhelmed by this show. I remember how much I love the sea sitting here because I feel like I'm in it, I'm surrounded by it, and to be in the sea of talent is so humbling. I don't have the words. And I also want to thank the Herculean effort of Renee and Courtney and their team to make all this possible. It's phenomenal to me. But I'm here, I don't think I'll even take 8 minutes to make an appeal to adopt a fish. You can go home tonight with a fish. Some of them are even freshly caught. I brought some tonight to replenish. I will replenish them gladly. They're by donation. It's adoption by donation. And the money, all the money goes to 826. That's where I used to volunteer. I'm sorry. The money does not go to 826. The money goes to 780. And a little background. I don't really want to talk about myself that much, but I had the pleasure of being in the Women Rising show. And if anyone remembered it or saw it, I did a stress meter. So that was funny and flawed. And I really loved that piece. I have to say, I did it at the beginning of the pandemic. And it went from like Zen calm, yoga chill. Those were in blue with wacky type. I love typography. I usually incorporate text in my stuff. And then it went up to like uber caffeinated and totally stressed out. And my whole mission statement was that the arrow moved. There was an arrow that moved. And I brought a friend to the show and she's looking around and she said, you know, your mission statement is really poor. And she pointed out all the good ones. And there were some that were really wonderful. So I'm very proud of my mission statement, this piece. I worked on that. Has anyone read it? Well, good, because I'll read it to you so it won't be like a bore. And this is from my heart and what inspired this. And I'm reading, I apologize. When you adopt something, you take care of it. You care about its welfare. You care about its environment. So by taking care of a fish, you care about the seas and ocean it swims in. And I thought of that when I wrote it as a much bigger view. People think they adopt something, they take it home. It's like, no, if you adopt a fish, you would leave it in the environment that it belongs in and care for it. And so the fish are sold separately by donation. 100% of it goes to benefit 780 Valencia, and because that's another environment we care about. So that's the direction of my piece. And what else did I not want to forget? I feel like a QVC ad. I feel like this is my lemonade stand. It's so different. Everyone's so impressive with their knowledge of the sea, their swimming, their travels, and I'm just like, buy a fish, buy a fish. And so I have a special promo tonight. If you adopt a fish while I'm here, because I thought no one woke up and thought, I need a knit fish. I gotta go home with a knit fish. But these would make marvelous Christmas tree decorations. So they're good for your gift giving. They're good for your packages. You could embellish a package in them. Fishes are wishes, Christmas wishes. And so I love gift with purchase. I love the cosmetic industry for doing that. So anyone who wants to purchase one tonight, whatever you want to donate, doesn't matter how small or large. There's a special gift with purchase. I have these fun little plastic ice cubes, so it could add to your like festive cocktail or mocktail at Christmas to go with your Christmas ornament. So that is your what I'm offering tonight. And let's just see what else. Let's see. I hope they all find homes. And I thank you for your generosity, your support, all the knowledge you share, all the talent in this room. And please take home a fish.
Thank you on behalf of the drawing room, because you have, since you walked in the door the first time, have been the most kind and like passionate human. You come in here just like filled with gratitude. Like, it's amazing. You come in, you just light up the room. And you were at Clement Street, did our Clement Street art thing that we did there, and that was awesome. She was sitting up on the sidewalk with all these people selling all these knitted amazing things, and you know, she donates it back to the drawing room. Like, I'm sorry, that's amazing.
Well, what was amazing?
Thank you.
What was amazing about the artwork is Renee put it together, gave us tables, tablecloths, tents, sunscreen, and I wish, I mean, and I had the time, my fear of coming here and talking about this in front of everybody. I used to make big presentations, they didn't scare me, but this was like, oh, they're so talented, like doing a lemonade stand. But the art walk was so marvelous, and this is actually what I do love about art and what I do is the connection. My fear was I would be at a table, do-de-do, she's nodding, she gets it, twiddling my thumbs, no one would talk to me, and by the size, like the two tables, oh, buy it. And it wasn't that at all. And one of my favorite parts of that, maybe I will take my full 8 minutes here, was a woman came up, and I had this ball that I had knit, and I had positive words on each side, like you can do it, okay, go for it, yes, everything. So I said, you throw this up in the air, and no matter where it lands, it's positive, it's good. And she said, I'm a third grade teacher, I need this. And I said, you're a third grade teacher, you do need this. $20. You would have thought I gave her gold. I cried, she cried, we hugged each other. I think I gave her a gift with purchase. I live for that. I'm just doing another sale right now somewhere else, and I made these finger puppets. They're ridiculous. They're so funny. And a woman came up, and she starts playing, this beautiful woman. And she's like, grown woman, they're talking to each other. Come to find out, and I love this, I'll leave you with this because it's going to make your heart really happy. She's a flight attendant. She flies for Air Canada. And she's going to take them on her flights with her. And when she gives the kids drinks, she's going to, what would you like to drink? Would you like ice with that? And then she's going to give the finger puppet to the kid. I can't make enough for her. So I'll leave you with this. My friend that I brought here that was reading the mission statements and said like how mine was really bad and I should improve them. I told her the story because I think it's such a good story. Isn't that like the best feel-good thing? I mean, she wore my whole weekend. And my friend said, yeah, it's fine unless you're sitting 10 rows back and you want your drink like right now.
Who is this friend?
We love her, she's great. So everybody, take home a fish, because I really believe those plastic boxes where we donate, I think people walk by them, they just miss them, so I'm trying to call attention to that. And thank you for what you all do, and for your inspiration to me. I thank you all from my heart. I don't think there's any question.